Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well today. So in this video I wanted to have a pretty candid discussion, I think, about a certain type of, PokeTuber financial content that is out there, and talk a little bit about my challenges in trying to figure out what content to make that is both useful and or entertaining or interesting to people while also not hurting, as I'm going to go more into in this video, hurting my investment or collecting strategies by making them too public, um, and or intentionally or unintentionally manipulating the market by telling you guys things that I think are very undervalued that I have a lot of, or that I have a secondary incentive to push up. I guess I want to start the video by just saying that it's a challenge. I think it's probably a challenge for every finance poke YouTuber to create content that doesn't fall into some of those traps. And yet, I really like Pokemon finance, content, and I think a lot of us do. And so it's fun to consume, it's fun to make, and fun to talk about. So I think that it's a bit of a just sort of tricky, ongoing, issue for this part of the community to figure out like how to do that and how to do that over the long term. I think for me, the best way has been to try and teach people and talk about sort of broader, fundamentals and the fundamentals of investing and really investing in anything, and then giving as much information about these cards as possible. Not necessarily telling people what to buy specifically, but giving you guys, from my experience, how rare do items seem, what, and really trying to give accurate information and data around, what cards have really gone up the most. What can we learn from that? Talking about, studying sort of the history of the last 6 months, last year, last couple of years, rather than making videos, which we're going to talk about in this video. These types of videos, we see a lot of like top 5 Pokemon cards to buy right now, top 3 Pokemon cards to buy right now. So the reason I don't make videos like that, and I think the reason that those videos are potentially problematic, I think they're mostly harmless. I think the vast majority of people watching those videos are doing it because it's entertaining, because it's nice to hear someone just give a very like straightforward, unnuanced opinion about specific cards. It's nice to hear when someone tells you that, like, gives you that confirmation bias that they like a card or think you should buy a specific set or a specific card that you own. That feels good, and I think a lot of people do, and I don't think there's anything really severely wrong in any of this, but like watching specific content creators kind of over and over again because they have specific cards or specific ideas or specific sets that they really think are great to invest in, and they talk about those repetitively, and hearing them say that set or say that card makes you feel good. And so you watch more, and gives that sort of that feedback loop. The other part of it is that I think for newer people in the hobby, it's and they just kind of want to buy something. Having a channel that's just going to tell you, here are 3 great products to buy right now, or here are the 3 best Pokemon products to buy right now, are going to, those videos are going to do well, which provides income and incentive for the PokeTuber who wants to probably grow their channel as big as they can, and potentially, make some sort of either full-time career or part-time career, or make some sort of money or get some sort of notoriety or fame within the community. So I think those things are mostly common sense. I think most people understand that, but I think it's an important thing to keep in mind. I do think there's probably a minority, a fairly maybe small minority, who doesn't think that critically about the content they're taking in, and potentially buys a lot or some of items that people talk about on these channels with the idea that that person has some great insight into what is going to happen in the future. The truth is that any good idea that I have, and I have a number of cards I'm buying right now, and any really good idea or really underrated or unnoticed item, I don't want to talk about on this channel because I want to buy that myself, because I'm an investor and collector, and me doing the hard work or having the experience to kind of notice that undervalued item and then coming onto YouTube and just telling you exactly what to buy, you know, and to get sort of nothing from that other than maybe helping a few people who were able to get that item before then it skyrockets. You know, maybe, you know, if I was a very big channel, it would really skyrocket up. It is not really a win in any way for me, and not particularly enjoyable, and I don't think is really a win for almost anyone outside of maybe the few people who watch the video first and buy the couple that are out there on eBay, that sort of thing. So I think that when people are making that sort of content, you just have to be careful of what their incentives are, and probably listen with a grain of salt. And I think in most cases, use that content as entertainment and also as, you know, to introduce you to some products that maybe you'll think about and you'll consider the merits of. I will say that the stuff that I invest in seriously, as I said, I don't talk about specifically, and I don't really hear anyone talking about. And that's specifically why I'm investing it, or why I think it's the most investable type items in the hobby. So I guess that's it for today. Just wanted to share that thought process that I hope makes sense for all of you guys out there. And you know, it is a challenge to figure out how to make new content and content that is continually useful and interesting for people to watch, while also not giving away my game plan and or manipulating the market and or saying nothing new and doing sort of a repetitive, you know, these are the 3 most popular sets, buy those, you know, type videos. So, you know, I'll keep working on that. I think I'm definitely going to try to do, you know, comment on a number of topics within the community, not just financial, but also topics around collecting, around influencers, around what people are doing, anything that sort of interests me. And also interested to hear from you guys, and what type of content would be interesting for me to make for you all. I definitely will. I think I'll probably make and go back to trying to make those sort of broader investment strategies, investment videos that more teach you how to invest rather than tell you specifically what to invest in, so that you can apply those things for yourself, and go from there. So again, thank you all for hanging in and watching this video today, and I will see you all probably in a couple of days for the Sunday Live. All right, take care.